Hey! Don't jinx it. Nobody jinx it. Yes! Oh, wow. Oh, buddy. This time, oh boy. Oh, but so the suggestion thing, the level idea thing. All it does is it grabs a random item from each list. In some cases, it grabs like multiple items, or it randomly decides that it doesn't want any items from a list. Alright, so... Oh, wow! I feel like I got super lucky on that one. I guess just throw Luigi at that last jump like 4 or 5 times and he eventually gets it. Oh, first clear on a Peth level. Let's do it. Let's impersonate Germ Dove here. There we go. There we go. I'm now fully germed up. Wait, hang on. There's something missing. There's something missing. There's something missing. There we go. The full Germ Dove experience. The slightly grainy chroma key. This is how we're doing the rest of the stream in Germ Dove mode. This is truly a new era for the channel. Stealing other people's layouts. Yeah, I gotta show off my Curbskit impression because I've been working on it and I think I've got it down now. You know, practicing in the mirror. It takes a bit, but I think I finally have captured. I think I've finally captured Curb's true essence. All right, here we go. Good evening, guys. Oh, I gotta get the music going. I didn't have it loud enough last time. Here you go. It's Animal Crossing playlist on loop. Good for a nice, chill night of programming. Very calm music. We're just gonna sit back, do some programming. Yeah, I guess this is the first time I've gotten the 12-month subscriber badge. Hey, Gwen! Jen. You know what I mean. How was the FTL tonight? Did you wind up with a flat cannon at any point? Because that's really the run maker. Hey, nice! Stealth A. That's a solid ship, but very hard to start with. Actually, all the stealth ships are very difficult to get started with. Shh. Stealth weapon. Oh gosh, yeah. The nice Jen. Well, welcome, guys. We're just settling in for the night. We're gonna start doing a little bit of programming for our little game project here. It's gonna be a fun time. I hope. Well, I need to change this microphone mode. We're gonna make it so that Hovercat can enjoy her chill night over there peacefully without the mic picking up anything going on over there. Let's see what we want to do. No, earlier than that. There we go. Dead center. I just want to get a good look at this guy. Day says hi. Oh, you've got chat pulled up. All right. So, yes, we just started for the night. Like, we've been live 5 minutes. Long enough for me to take down the starting soon screen and pull up some music. All right, guys. So here's what we're working on. I guess let's start with a brief overview of what the game is. So, let's don't ignore that big pulsating mass in the top left. So, the idea here is that this is a platformer shooter where your shots give you some kickback, and that's the only way you can move. You have to shoot to move. Oh. So the general idea is that you're going to work your way through the level, shoot things, collect money, procedurally generated levels, random enemy placements, all that good stuff. Money will be used for upgrading weapons. You'll be able to switch between different weapons, like I'm doing here, but you can't really tell. Get through a few stages, and then you fight a boss. The bosses are going to be randomly generated as well, and that is what this mass is right here. So, do I have the... I keep deleting... It's always a throwaway MS Paint drawing, but the idea is that the boss is made up of a core, and every core can have any number of dependent children objects. These objects can be placeholder plating circles, which is this dark red that you see. They can be shields, like the green that you see occasionally pulsating this force field. Or, here's where things get really tricky, they can be other different types of cores. And that's what we've got going on here. Is our main boss core in the dead center. Is my mouse picking up? It is. The main core here has 5 children. Each of the children is the same thing. It is a sub-core that has 3 children. The children are 2 plating, 1 shield. The idea being that the shield can kind of deflect blows. The plating just soaks up damage before breaking apart to protect the core. But that's on its own, that's not a very interesting boss because it just sits there until you kill it. So tonight, the goal is to have the boss be able to fight back. And of course, this is all just placeholder circles right now. We will probably, well, I'm on the fence about the graphical style. I want to come up with something that is kind of clean and easy. So I may go with very chunky pixels at some point, or we might do some kind of procedurally generated art where we try to build these kind of like robot part looking things out of smaller pieces of like, you know, some gray rectangles with random piping and everything. And so every little enemy node here has its own randomly generated artwork. Because then you can get these really cool, like massive hulking robotic looking monstrosities. Plus then all the enemies can be robots, and then we can hand wave a lot of things that way. So this is mostly the defensive stuff here that we got. We got the plating, we got the cores coded up. That was really hard because holy cow, look at all this stuff. You get some really cool effects with very simple rules. But now we actually need some weapons to be fired back. So, let's see here. Where are we gonna start? The animation is nice. It does look really cool. Like, I didn't make an animation. I just said, hey, core, you have 5 children. The children look like this. They have 3 children. And then I just set some random spin speeds, and this is what we get as a result of that. This really cool kaleidoscope going on. It is nice visual art. So here is what, this is basically right here. This is all we need for defining this boss right here. This boss is made up of these 2 paragraphs. It's very hypnotic. So what this is saying in a nutshell, because it's actually very straightforward. The subcore is this one right here. Its children are 80 units away, and they spin with a speed of 100. The children of that subcore is plating, and shield. That's it. That is the entire. Whoa! Thanks for the.
Love one,
oh
show
no.
love one, show love one, show.
I need to fix that someday.
Love one, show love one, show love one, show love one, show.
It'll cut off after a minute.
Show love one, show love.
Just give it a few seconds.
One show love one, show love one, show love one, show love.
There we go. All right. No, it's okay. I keep forgetting. It's the code I wrote for reading off bit donations. I never actually filtered out the bit emote name itself. And so show love 1 becomes show love 1, show love 1. Meditation gifts. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's the entire code for the subcore. And then the entire sub for the main boss core is children are 150 units away, speed is 100 for how fast they spin around, and it's made up of 5 subcores. That's it. This entire block here defines this entire massive rotating monstrosity. You know what? I want to change something real quick. I think what I want to do. Back to game. Yes, that's right, Abel. Welcome back. You just missed the explanation about this procedural. Well, I would like to eventually make the bosses completely procedurally generated. Right now, this is a statically defined nested boss thing. This Frankenstein-esque creation here. All right, so we're gonna make one change before we get into making new elements. And that is, instead of defining children, I would instead like to define a set of classes instead of a set of instances. Meditation, yes, the meditation gif of doom. Starting again on the super expert. I was in programming mode and I read that as Stack Exchange. Super expert endless grind, going surprisingly well. Good. Oh, hi, Pixel. Bye, Pixel. I'm glad you were able to pop in, however briefly. Bye. All right, boss core base. That's the one right here. Oh, Hudson, thank you. $5 going to Camp Horizon. Yosh, thank you for the characters that I cannot read. So is Minecraft simple or complex? That sounds like a pretty weighted question. I mean, I feel like it started pretty simply. It was started as a spelunking project. I started watching. Actually, I went ahead and bought Minecraft when it was very, very young. Right after bookshelves were added. So that's right, Yosh. We got moving circles. Oh, Beast is playing Minecraft? Nice. Bye, I think. We'll assume so. Sayonara. It block, but also sped. I had the game in like 2012. Yeah, I guess 2012 was the year. Or was it 2013? I don't know. I got it shortly after it was mentioned on the TF2 blog. Team Fortress 2 mentioned Minecraft because there was like a Minecraft map that somebody had made for TF2. And so I checked it out, and I think because of that bump from the blog, Notch's servers couldn't handle all the people trying to check out the game. So he gave away a stripped down version for free. that had no audio, but it had everything else. And it was like, yeah, here you go. Keep it. If you like it, buy it. And so I tried it out. I played it for about a week using Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles music as a background music while I played, and it was fantastic. And so I was like, all right, I'm buying it. And because it was in alpha, I got it for pretty cheap. Like half the price that it is now, I think. All right. So we're going to call this child nodes. And instead of having instantiated versions, we're just going to have the classes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. And we'll go ahead and let that be one line each, just for cleanliness. And then similarly here, just like that. And then we'll just instantiate it in the initialization. Alpha days. Never experienced those. It was buggy. It was super buggy. Yeah, get some sleep, Yosh. I will have lots of fun with these circles. Like, there was multiplayer, but holy cow, it ran terribly. Like, people would be just disappearing and warping all over the place constantly. I ran a small server for me and like 5 friends that I worked with. It was so much fun back in the day. Like, I will never reclaim that exact experience again. But I will treasure that time that I had in that very, very simple SMP server. Back before spiders could climb walls. Back before Endermen existed. Yeah, I really like vanilla Minecraft. I think vanilla Minecraft is fantastic. It's hard to find a server that's really just vanilla. Like, I found one that I played on for a while that was like, it was kind of an anarchy but no cheating server. It was basically encouraged griefing, I think is probably the best way to put it. Let's see here. So what we want to do is, instead of iterating over children, we go over child nodes now. And child is now a new, well, let's see here. Let class equal, this is the class, and we're gonna instantiate one. I think this works. I think that'll work. Does that work? It doesn't seem to like it. Oh, that's a keyword, isn't it? Duh. Does that work? Let's try it out. Nope, does not work. Oh, wait, I still need to add it to the children. Sprites.pushChild. I need this dot children dot push. I need to push the child. There we go, we're back. Okay. So all we accomplished there is slightly cleaner syntax for defining these cores. I mean, pretty small change, but it's gonna make things a lot prettier going forward. So now what we can do is I could actually say, hey, instead of just having 5 cores, you also have 1 extra plating. And that's what that looks like. Oops, I broke it already. I shot it and it broke immediately. Hey, get back here. Get back up here. So now I have this weird case where, like, it's got 6 spokes, but one of them is very less complex. If I replace that with another boss core 2, then we get this nice little snowflake design, this little hexagon. Before SMM2, Minecraft was your main game. Playtime is crazy across all platforms. I don't even know how to get my playtime anymore because I've had it on like 3 different computers at this point. Same account, but still. Yeah, a little snowflake. Perfect for Christmas. What would someone who wants to compete with Steam need to do? Yikes. I mean, you gotta have a lot of money because Steam has a similar thing going for it as most social media platforms have. The problem with breaking in that is that the product alone is not that valuable. Like, basically, it is be famous already. That's about it. The product is, they're a store. They sell the same things you can buy anywhere else. Like, maybe they have some exclusives, but most of it is, if you want a game, you can look at various platforms and look for where the cheapest price is and just buy it. Buy an identical copy. So, the one thing they can do is, they can try to have more sales, but really what they go for is making their platform more of a community. They go for the social media aspect of, all your friends are here, therefore you want to be here so that you can play your games easily with them, chat with them without leaving the game. You can show off your achievements to your friends and trade in-game items across our network, buy in-game items from other players across our network. Other platforms can do that, no problem, but if everybody's on Steam, it's very difficult to convince people to try other platforms. So Epic's they got in a little bit of a difficult situation by trying the strategy of just have lots of exclusive games, so that the reason people want to come to the platform is, hey, we have the games and no one else does. If you want to buy them, you got to buy them here. Which, I mean, it's a commodity. I mean, you can buy that same game anywhere. Gaming Twitter with a ripped Steam launcher. Perfect. Now you got it. All right, so we're going to build our next piece of boss. So there's our boss shield. We need to break this class out a bit, I think. So let's start breaking this into smaller classes. This is getting a little bit unwieldy. We're gonna have our boss shield class. Go ahead and throw that in our ever-growing list of classes, because I don't have anything that's like automatically pulling all relevant sprites. Boss. There we go. Boss / boss shield is now our new one. Hudson River, moist selection of games. Perfect. Yeah, but Epic kind of, they had a ton of capital to throw around to try, like, hey, we're going to make a new ecosystem for games to be purchased on. Because if I remember right, they've got the, what is it? Oh, gosh. The game engine, the major game engine that everybody uses. So, I mean, they're just raking in money off of that. The big bucks. Yeah. Get you those big bucks. Thank you. I don't know what I drew a blank. And that was from back in, like, the Quake days, I guess? So, I mean, they've been around a while, but you haven't really heard of them doing a whole lot, except for, hey, they're the guys that made the Unreal Engine. You got to pay them a little bit of money if you make a big Unreal Engine game. That's about it. I feel terrible about making this its own class, like its own file, but in the interest of clean code, this plating element that does nothing does need to be in its own file. Like, its purpose is to do nothing, to just sit there and take damage. Yeah, they went Unreal and then Fortnite. Which I think Fortnite, like, that was one of their big ticket items for pulling people in. Or no, was that a standalone? No, that was part of the Epic Game Store launcher. They probably made a really good amount of money. Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, freemium game with cosmetics makes a ton of money, and the game engine, which is really good, that makes a ton of money. You never liked it? I didn't really like the shooting part. I thought the building part was really cool. I really enjoyed that. I didn't play the game much. A friend of mine tried to get me into it. We played a little bit, but I don't know. The combat did not feel as fun as TF2 to me, so it didn't really hold my attention as much. All right. So now we're going to work on weapons. So let's have a boss laser cannon. Laser cannon? Missile launcher? Laser cannon? Start with the laser cannon? Let's start with the laser cannon. That's cannon. Cannon. There we go. That's the way you spell laser cannon. I got an idea for how the laser should work. All right. Laser cannon. Perfect. Played TF2 recently at your cousin's house. You enjoyed it. Had you not played it before? Gosh, it's a very different game than it used to be. Like, I feel like it's very difficult to get into that game now because it's just so... How does anyone have any idea what's going on? Like, if you have several years to slowly adapt to the game and then they slowly trickle in new items, it's like, okay, I can keep up with what's going on. But then you come into it after... Ooh, after, what, 12, 13 years? And holy cow, the game is very different. You got people flying across the map everywhere and just exploding and dancing. It's like, what is this? It's such a different type of game than what it was at first. All right, so let's start with this guy right here. Laser cannon. Extends the boss part base. Laser cannon is gonna be a bluish color. Let's say a nice deep blue color. It's like reality, yeah. They're gonna have a little bit more health. You gotta shoot them a few times to get rid of them. All right, get rid of the plating. Seen footage though from a while ago. You'd prefer playing it from an earlier version. Yeah, there are modded versions of TF2. I don't remember exactly what they're called, but it seeks to recreate the old like no unlockable weapons, very few maps, cleaner graphics. Because they had to actually like dull a little bit of the graphics on, I think, on some builds of the game at some point because it just got to be so much going on that it was like starting to really run slowly on a lot of computers. So they took out some of like the sheen on some weapons and stuff. I may be misremembering how that went down. So let's see. I was thinking what we would do is that every laser, when it's about to fire on you, it like draws a line between you and the laser cannon. And then after a while it stops and then it fires. I feel like if it gets to the point of lowering the graphics, you have too much in the game. Yeah. Well, because eventually they added like everybody can have their own custom cosmetics, so the models got more and more complex. Yeah, it's free to play. That could be a fun multiplayer Monday night. I played it a little bit with Germdove a few months ago. That was a lot of fun. We did some one-on-ones and some actual big matches as well. I got to backstab him. Once. Just once. Alright, so I think what we want to do... There's a timer. Don't have a good computer at all. Perfect for TF2. It's an old game. It can run on old hardware. Couldn't make it that night. We caught the last 15 minutes though. It was a fun night. Yeah, very low viewership night, I will say. It doesn't pull in a lot of views. Waiting for a Mario Kart night. That would be interesting. I've got Mario Kart 8. I think I've still got it here in the house. We might have lent it out. I don't remember which games I lent recently, but very fun game. Huh?
You want me to play against you?
Oh yeah, it could be Dobbs versus Hovercat. Motion controls only. So just us like, You also have it can lose at that. It supports a lot of players, doesn't it? Who would win? Yeah, Hovercat, absolutely. 12 players. Yeah, that's a pretty good number. Every video game?
So,
Huh. What about Barbie Team Gymnastics?
well, I've never tried.
What about the cats?
I am very good.
You're very good at the cats.
I mean, it doesn't take a lot of skill, however, so I think you can
I don't know.
If you devoted the same amount of time, you could reach the same level.
Well, that's true of a lot of things. If you devoted the same amount of time I do to some games, you could probably reach the same level.
I don't know that I could.
Okay.
I feel like I would have had to have been devoting that amount of time for years and years. Maybe some games.
All right, so let's see here. We're gonna have. Oh wait, that's the shield. Laser cannon. Laser cannon. Actually, let's go ahead and throw a laser cannon on here. Let's throw a handful of laser cannons in. Why is the plating a different color? Oh well. All right, we got our laser cannons in there. That is a deep blue. We'll probably lighten that up a bit at some point. You need to pick a game that Dobbs isn't allowed to play, only Hovercat can play, and in 2 years hold a death match. Love it. Me and Germdove are planning on doing another versus match in Mario Maker 2 sometime soon, like a little mini 1v1 tournament. I don't know exactly what kind of format we're gonna do, but that's in the works. Yeah, not IRL death, of course. 1v1 me in Stardew Valley.
How?
I don't know.
How?
Meet you in the mines. Swords only. Alright, so we're gonna have a target. It's gonna have like a targeting location. You know what? Alright, so this is where things get a little bit hairy. Put a block in front of the door, trap them in their house. Brilliant. What I need is that sprites should... Alright, here we go. The draw function. I need to have like an after draw and a before draw. Let's see here. If this dot on before draw and then an after. The idea is that we can hook into these to draw things a little bit, so we can draw things from the class a little bit better. Kind of extra draw function that we can throw in here. Got 50 bits from an ad today. I got 100 last week, and I'm still riding that high. Let's see. Laser is gonna be on before draw. There we go. We're gonna draw a line from this to the player. You want that 100? It felt pretty nice, gotta say. I'm gifting that to myself. I don't know how, but I'm gonna find a way. Get that dollar. Where's my renderer class? Here we go. All right, so we just tell it line, and I do have to give it a color though. So stroke style equals RGB. Renderer dot line from this dot x. Nope. This dot x. Look, I know you don't know about this dot x, but it does exist. I promise you. This dot y. Then to this dot target x, this dot target y. That should do it. This will look kind of ugly to start with, but it's gonna be fine, guys. Don't worry. Actually, let's make it a little bit brighter. Wait, what would cyan be? Or it's like a little bit higher G, or yeah, higher green value. So let's put that at like 6 and see what that looks like. And this is gonna be ugly, but I think this will work. So right for now, it's just gonna like stay on the player. Yeah, like this. Like, oh, laser's charging, you better dodge, And then it'll, pew! It'll basically just send a very fast particle, maybe? I don't know. Donate to others and tell them to donate 100 to you. Perfect. Yeah, we want that to be a little bit brighter. Let's go with BE. There we go. Actually, I can make the color dynamic as well. Like I can make it. That is pretty cool. I can make it so that the color like gets brighter as it's about to fire. Yeah, this is Hyper Beam right here. I really like the effect with multiple of these all firing at once, because it does look like the whole boss is like targeting you as one collective entity. That's a cool effect, and I like it. All right, so yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Ah. Oh, I need to. All right, I need to make sure that that does not happen. Didn't think about that. Where would that be? That is in our main draw function, maybe? No. It is not. It's in our sprite function. Sprite draw, something about, yeah, here we go, children. Oh yeah, if child dot is active, then you can render the line. Otherwise, don't do that. All right, sounds good, Hudson. It's creepy. Run away! Run away! That's the idea, is that it's firing on you. So I do need a good way to actually make it fire at you. Like, I can't just fire a very fast particle because I'm not doing any interpolation of coordinates. So if a particle is too fast, it can actually miss the player. Like it can travel through the player, but never actually hit the player. Because it's a pretty naive approach, but every element only exists in discrete positions as it moves. You know, so you think about like looking at film in, you know, one frame at a time. You know, it's here, and then it's here, and then it's here, and then it's here. But if something moves fast, it's here, and then it's here, and then it's there. And so if you're trying to see like, hey, are you gonna hit this wall? Well, it's here, and then it's here. It's like, well, in neither of those instances was I touching the wall, so it doesn't count as a hit. So that's kind of the danger in this very simplified engine of having very fast moving elements. Is that if it goes too fast, it will just, it'll look like a bug where a bullet goes straight through without causing damage. But we could do a pretty speedy particle. You know, just something kind of fast. Wonder how fast is too fast. Huh. Okay. We need a, enemy. I need like a bullet object or something. Wait, direction. Why does enemy have direction? I don't think that's supposed to be there. I think that's only for Goomba and Goombud. Yeah, these guys need direction. This guy can have direction as well. But yeah, that should not exist on the base enemy class. My bad. Just cleaning that up as I go, because I didn't even think about that. All right, so base sprite class. No, base enemy class. That's where we handle enemies doing damage. Player is where we handle like, oops, I touched an enemy. Let's bounce away from them. So we could conceivably have some bullets that deal more knockback damage, or some enemies that deal more health damage. But I think to start with, we're just gonna have a like an enemy bullet class. Enemy bullets by default will not do any gravity. No gravity? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. They will respect solidity. So if a laser is being fired downward, if it hits a floor, the floor will stop the laser. It won't stop the visual indicator of the targeting, but it will stop the actual laser bullet, as we're gonna call it. So let's see here. So basically, we just need a enemy bullet class. Oops. Nope, not that one. This one. Enemy bullet. And let's make sure to add that to our ever-growing list of classes here. It's getting a little bit ridiculous, but that's all right. That's to be expected. All right, so enemy bullet is basically just going to, let's see, it's gonna stay constant speed. If it hits a wall, it breaks. Which is basically this code right here. And because it is extended off of enemy, it will deal damage upon touching the enemy. That one we get for free. Color and speed, that's something. I don't like that would exist on the class level, like color. That's been kind of what I've been doing for most of this stuff, because it's, we're just using colorful circles for now for everything. But we might actually want to do, okay, we don't care about player bullet. Oh wait, we do want to handle the radius of it though. So let's at least give it a small radius. So it's, let's make it a little bit chunkier than because the player bullet is kind of tiny. Let's bump that up too, so I can actually see it a little. Yeah, that's much more visible, and as a result, it kind of actually hits better. All right. Yeah, I'll take that. Alright, so that's player bullet. Enemy bullet. It should be like a very bright red or something, shouldn't it? Well, the lasers are blue. How about we have a default color of bright red, just pure red. And then we can, if we so choose, individually color after a bullet is instantiated. We can update its color for special cases like laser or something. An enemy bullet will not have gravity for now. We'll see about that later. But for now, what I've got in mind is no laser. I mean, no laser gravity. Maybe that should be a separate class of like bullet versus energy pellet. I don't know. But for now, it's just gonna be one thing. All right, laser cannon. It's gonna have a timer. Every frame, that timer is going to get updated. Does that already happen? No. Timer gets updated every single frame. Easy enough. Target is going to go straight to the player every time. Oh, you know what we could do? Let's make it go a little bit slower. Let's make it work towards the player, but not always necessarily be directly on it. So that gives it like this visual indication of like slowly honing in on the player a little bit better. How do we do that? We're going to add to it the difference between player and target divided by, this is gonna give it kind of a sweep in effect this way. So let's divide by 4 for now. Let's kind of do this to taste. Okay, that's a little bit No, it's still like right on pretty much. What happens if we go really low? How does that look? Well, that's kind of nice. Maybe I want to go set speed instead of... I mean, that's a cool effect. Instead, let's go constant speed. Let's go constant speed. There were no leftovers, so you settled for SpaghettiOs. Good choice. Good choice. So let's do... If... Alright, hang on. How do I want to do this? Dang it. Let's see if we can get away with an easy one. I mean, that looks all right. It's like hovering a little bit off, but it's always right on the verge of catching up to fire at you. 3 more veggies and you're good. Well, there you go. Just stuff a head of broccoli in your mouth and you're set. All right, what if... Yeah, vegetables. I knew what you meant. Don't worry. Let's see here. Thinking red peppers. Good choice, good choice. All right, so let's do the actual what I was thinking here. This feels like this is going to be a little bit much. If the difference between these is, let's have a let reticule speed equal 3. If you're less than 3 away, then this dot target x equals player.x. Same for y. Easy peasy. Otherwise, oops, that's not y. That's, gosh, that was awful. Okay. Turtle, can you program a horse into this game? I mean, yes. But I guess the real question is, should we program a horse in this game? A horse enemy, yes. I mean, right now, the current direction I'm seeing this going is that every enemy is robotic in nature. Like, basically a circular-ish, rectangular-ish box of metal plates and wires. I mean, that's true. Horses aren't cheap, man. Megabytes, gigabytes, all for a horse. And if there's 2 horses, oh, forget it. We're gonna add player.x greater than this dot target x. Then add reticule speed. Oh wait, and 1, otherwise -1, and then multiply that value by reticule speed. There we go. Just like that. That works. It's ugly, but it works. Gosh, this looks a lot messier than our previous version. But there we go. So we got a clean, very robotic motion towards the player. Oh yeah, and it's doing Manhattan distance style movement as well, which I'm not a huge fan of. Basically, it's faster going diagonal than it is going straight right now, which isn't super great. Who needs multiplayer when you can have multi-horse? I mean, you're not wrong. So instead, let's say distance. Distance squared. Sure. Equals, what is distance squared? It's the difference between these squared, is that right? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So if I'm after C squared, that's A squared plus B squared. Okay, so like that. A squared plus B squared. Is that right? Am I looking at this? It's probably right. Played horse today. Everything but net. I mean, that's still an accomplishment, right? If distance squared is less than reticule speed, then just set these equal to player location. Otherwise, we're basically going to move towards at a certain something, I don't know, math. We're doing trigonometry is what we're doing. You hit the rim. But did you hit the backboard? Because if not, there were a few things other than net that you got. Not everything, but some things. A tan 2 is what we want here. where our Y is... Wait, this isn't it at all. You lied to me. You know what, let's take this one out. We're getting a lot of just commented out code here. Y is player.y minus this.target y, player.x minus this.target x. That's our angle. And we're just gonna say this.target x, go towards that angle. Reticule speed times math.cosine of theta. You guys remember sine and cosine, right? My brain is just not firing on all cylinders tonight. But this should, yeah, there we go, okay. So it's gonna go towards the player directly. Slowly targeting. When it catches up, it's gonna go a little bit crazy, so be ready for that. Here we go. You know what? That's still all right. It being all jittery. I'm okay with that. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Do I even want it to slowly target? Or should it just always be targeting perfectly? Because here's the thing. I only want it to fire every so often. And I don't know if the chase is worth it. Thank you. You like the slow targeting? Okay. Thank you, Hudson. Thank you, Turtle. Everyone's blessing me. Good friends right there. All right, so we're gonna fire the weapon whenever the timer gets over a certain amount, whether or not we're actually targeting the player. Let's see here. So we need a target time for when we're gonna fire. We're doing about 60 per second, so let's say every 5 seconds. There we go, 5 seconds. Friend. Internet friends. It's a weird, I don't know. I don't feel like English as a language has caught up to, I don't know, the social climate of like the idea of digital interactions. It's very, it feels distinct. It feels like there needs to be a different word because it really has not, yeah. Language can be slow, but at the same time, language is super fast. For instance, the word yeet. And pog. Yeah, exactly. Actually, I don't know. Is pog too narrowly used? I feel like it's... Yeah, that's what it is right now. We get these complex words of IRL friend and online friends to distinguish. I guess that's gonna have to be good enough for a while. But like, is the word pog too narrowly used? Because right now it feels like it is mostly in the Twitch sphere. Yeah, I feel like we're all like sort of online friends. But even to that, there's varying degrees of that. Because it's like, I've played video games with some of the people that watch the channel, and I've not with others. Some people, it's like, they see me, they hear me, you know, they watch what I'm doing, and I have no idea what's going on their end. Pog deserves better. The Twitchiverse. Yeah, the Twitch cinematic universe. So it's very weird that in an IRL friendship, relationships are much more balanced. Like, if you are hanging out with someone, they are hanging out with you. It's a more symmetrical relationship. But in with online friends, it's very different. It's asymmetrical. It's like, you guys get to hear my opinions on everything and learn all kinds of weird stuff about me, and I get a very, very limited view of different people. And basically the only way I have of associating certain memories with certain people is sometimes I remember the string of text that is next to the thing I just learned. Yeah, you get to bash my opinions. It's like I'm associating a personality with a username. Can I give you a story of my life? Yes, absolutely. Haven't missed much. There you go. But I guess what I'm getting at is that I don't feel like the human brain is very well suited to, I don't know, developing an idea of a person when it's presented entirely through, very short snippets on a scrolling wheel of chat messages. That's why I feel like the type of internet friendship is so very different. Can I copy paste the story of George from Seinfeld? Go right ahead. Human brain isn't very great at a lot of things. True that. A calendar jockey with an affinity for equine culture. That's what I've heard. Horse.y. Horse:"y. Oh, that's not gonna fly. Welcome, GameCube. How is Ross's World? Also, why are you playing Ross's World? The sea was angry that day, my friends. Like an old man trying to send back soup in a deli. I never really watched Seinfeld. The great beast appeared. What was I doing? Right, we're gonna fire things. We're gonna fire lasers. We're a firing our laser. You love Seinfeld? Wait, how old are you? How old are you, Hudson? You don't have to answer that. I stopped just before the end of World 2. You may or may not continue. Fair enough. You watched it on Hulu. Okay. All right. I guess that makes a little bit more sense. Still, it's... I don't know. Mom recommended. Okay. All right. Now that sounds more and more believable. I mean, have you heard of the Golden Girls? You might enjoy the Golden Girls. Well, let's see. We're gonna do... Do we have an example of a sprite spawning another sprite? Actually, we do. Our shield creates... Okay, it news up an object and then pushes it to the sprite stack. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. This is via Twitch and Discord. Voice chat does help. Something about the real-time nature and the back and forth. That was what was weird on... what was it? It was the... Can you guys hear the music? Is that coming through all right? Do I need to crank that up? Or are you guys listening in silence again? I need to crank that a little bit more. It was when we were doing the GDB planning, I think it was, that we got on a Discord call. Like, Turtle, when we did that, the GDB planning call, it was the first time I had ever been in a real-time talk with you, and it felt very, very strange. Before that was the time that I played TF2 with Germ Dove, It was the first time I had ever been in chat where both of us had voice. Before that, it had always been text to voice to text, or text to text. And there's something very different about voice to voice. It's weird. I don't know. There's probably a lot of papers written about this. Or if not, then I'm sure somebody would have a lot of fun making a lot of papers about this. Part of what you enjoy about Mario Maker. Oh, multiplayer Monday nights. Yes. Yeah, we gotta get some more of those going on. It's like right now, Monday is also split with Celeste. And gosh, I'm really enjoying the Spring Collab pack. I need to play through it faster. Because I know there's just a lot of other stuff I want to do on Mondays. Let's do this. Let opacity equal math.floor of something. This dot target time. Charge percent. No, let's just say charge amount because it's not really represented as a percent there. But this will work, and not floor. Let's just do raw. Command. Yeah, Macs are great for some things. Zero something 255. Let's do 192. 255, and then do charge amount. Oops, that's okay. She's fine. She's fine. We forgot to turn the baby monitor on. What? Oh, she squirms sometimes. PC greater than Mac. I mean, PC definitely cheaper than Mac. I think Mac is... Well, I don't know. Maybe this is an outdated opinion, but I feel like Mac is very good for image editing and video editing and music editing. Media editing. Console. I do all my video editing on the Nintendo Switch. And I use a Virtual Boy for music sequencing. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, look at this. Pew! Pew! Yeah, that's what it's gonna do. Oh, you know what? Instead of actually firing a projectile, I can just instantiate a one-frame projectile that just appears at the player's location and then gets deleted. Mac is less than Mac. That's deep, man. Yeah, that's a great idea, because then we don't have to worry about, but the walls. I still kind of want to trace a line. I don't, Yeah, I feel like the player should be able to actually avoid it by hiding behind a wall. I am not familiar with Darkened Sky. Is that anything like Netstorm? Let's see. So yeah, we do need to actually fire a projectile. Oh, but one thing we could do. This would be kind of stupid. It'd be very funny if you knew. Well, now I gotta Google it, huh? Third-person action-adventure video game. Development outsourced to Ukraine. Feels like a weird thing to throw in the summary. Windows and GameCube in 2002. Packaged with Outlaw Golf. Performs magic using Skittles candies. Also, her staff, which is a melee, though it becomes an energy weapon when used in conjunction with the Skittles. Like actual, actual name brand Skittles. It is Skittles. Yep, it is Skittles video game. All right. Yeah, it took me a second. They kind of buried the lead there. It was okay. It's an action adventure fantasy game. It was developed in 2002. It was on the GameCube and PC. It was a Skittles brand deal, and anyway, so there's you can use melee and energy weapons using power Skittles, like all games. When are we streaming that? When are you gonna show us that one, GQ? You have it once Curbs Galore. Yes. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I did show you there was a like PC version of the Laura video game. The GameCube, no, not GameCube. The Game Boy Advance one, that was a port. That was a port of the 3D PC Laura game. That is your GPT. Yes. Games Bun Dadley. Yeah, I had no. I mean, granted, I don't know why I would have any idea of that, but I had no idea that that was a thing. Bame's done badly. All right, so we're gonna fire a special enemy bullet at super high speed. That's going to have a very special rule to it. Let's see here. Enemy laser cannon bullet. Extends class enemy bullet. So here's the difference here. Color. White. Just bright white. Update function is going to be a bit different, but we're going to get to that later. Typing left-handed is awkward. You can't see half the keyboard through the cat. I mean, cats are renowned for their opacity. Bullet equals a new enemy laser cannon bullet at this location. We're going to fire it towards... ooh, wait, we need the theta. We need the theta. Oh, we've got the theta. All right, perfect. Bullet.dx is going to be... I don't know, we can go with the reticule speed, why not? You know what? Sure. Screw it, we're doing it this way. Just like that, and then sprites dot push bullet. So let's see if this actually fires some bullets. Oh, this is a terrible layout here, but hey, there they go, in the wrong direction, but they are going. Oh, we've got a, oh dear, we've got an XY mismatch. Nope, we've got much more than an XY mismatch. We've got a 45 degree or 90 degree. What color is the cat? Game's badly done. Ah, yes. That's the one. Alright, something's wrong with those bullets' speed. Cosine of theta is X, sine of theta is Y. Oh wait, that's the discrepancy between player X. Oh, right. That's why. So we need bullet theta, which is this formula, except it is just What is it? Wait, what is it? Hey, Tank! Hey, congrats on the any percent complete. I was in the middle of making dinner at the time, so I couldn't stick around for much. But I tuned in just in time to see you on Flag 2, and I was like, all right, I gotta see this out at least. Let's see, I want to move towards target from this. Or is that going to be backwards? Does it even matter? I mean, I guess we'll find out. Let's find out. Where are these lasers getting fired? Opposite direction. Okay, it does matter. Nice. All right, so that needs to be like this. And that needs to be like this. Perfect. Okay, so now these lasers are going to fire towards us. Now, you'll notice that these laser pulses are moving very slowly. When really, if this is like a true like pulse laser, it should be as soon as it fires, it's just immediately like boom, hits you, right? You don't better by the second. Excellent. Oh wait, the bullets don't get deleted. Is that true? Oh, bullets aren't getting deleted. Oh, because, okay, I know why. We need special handling for that in the player class. Normally, player hits an enemy, player gets hurt. But the enemy does not get deleted for touching the player, which makes sense, honestly. Ooh. Should bullets bounce back a player at all? Should bullets even give a player a damage timer? I'm gonna say yes. Damage timer does happen. Oh no, be careful. Yeah, right now this laser is super easy to dodge. Yeah, that is 2 nerf. Okay. We'll allow the bounce back. So what we need to include here is that the touching sprite, which is an instance of enemy, does all this stuff. And then also we want to delete the bullet after it touches the player. So basically, if touching sprite, instance of enemy bullet, then touching sprite dot is active equals false. Just delete it. That's after the bounce back. So it still bounces us back. Oh, and if we get hit by multiple bullets, we do get multiple bounce back. So that's good. We do want that. Boom, boom. Even though we only took 1 damage, 2 damage? How much damage do we take there? Boom, boom. Okay, good. Yeah. If we're already in our iframes, we don't take extra damage. That's good. All right, and it can't shoot through floors, which is also good. It can see you, it knows where you are, but it can't hit you through floors. So you got that going for you. All right, so that's a little bit progress there. Next up. Pew. Oh, and I still want to add, all right, there's something, this should maybe be, it will be. So here's my plan. I've got this secret plan for how we're gonna make the laser faster without actually making the laser faster. Yeah, I've got an idea for that too, Hudson. I wanna make a slight tweak to it. Right now, it charges up, and then when it's at full charge, it fires. What I want to do is when it gets to a certain threshold, it stops moving and then fires. So it's going to like follow you, and then... But during that final phase, it can't move. Will it friendly fire any sprites? Currently, no. And that's probably a good thing because it's in this nested web of other enemies, so it probably should not kill itself. That would be hilarious, though, if the minute that this massive boss fires, it's got like 50 laser cannons mounted on it, and they're all spinning around, and then it like fires them up and slices itself into pieces immediately and falls apart. Yeah, that would be very funny. Okay, quick little lesson on our little engine here that we've got. We've done this lesson a few times before, but it's important for this instance. So, what we have here is a non-interpolating frame-by-frame engine, which is a fancy way of saying I did not want to bother programming anything better. I wanted to program something fast. So, let's say, for the sake of argument, that we have our player here. Beautiful ball player. And then we have our bullet coming towards the player. So, the way that we're currently set up... Why is that not... Oh, because... there we go. The way we're currently set up, you'll have your trajectory, which will look like, whatever. We're moving straight towards the player. This bullet is going to hit the player. All right? So, the way that the engine works is we calculate what velocity we're moving, what our current position is, and then we move it by 1 frame. All right? So, something like that. That's 1 frame of movement. And then we check to see if we have overlapped anything, to check for collision. Then we do it again. Move 1 frame. Nothing. Move another frame. Nothing. Move another frame. Uh-oh. We have an overlap, and so we execute the rules that say, hey, player just got hit by a bullet. Do whatever. Now, I want these bullets to be really fast, but that's a problem in our current engine. Because in this frame-by-frame collision detection, if the bullet moves a lot faster, let's say it moves that far per frame, okay? Then the second frame, it's going to be here. We have a problem. Although the trajectory was set for this bullet to go straight through the player, at no single instance in time did the bullet ever technically overlap the player. So I guess the player never got hit. There are ways of getting around that, where you can do kind of like, you can do some fancy measurements between to see like when it should have hit in some cases. More in-depth physics engines will do that automatically. But we're building ours from the ground up, and we really don't want to spend that much time doing stuff that you really can't see the effects of. We want to get more spinny pinwheels. And so we're trying to do as little nitty-gritty as possible. So here's my plan. Instead of making the laser bullet actually go that fast in 1 frame, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the laser bullet special instructions to tell it, hey, go slow, but go slow a lot of times per frame. I'm basically going to tell it, run your update logic multiple times per frame so that we can determine with a little bit more accuracy if we hit, while not sacrificing that super speed that we want to see out of this laser. It's a little bit hacky, but it should work. So, the update for an enemy bullet looks like this. We update this position, we do all this other stuff. Simple stuff. So I basically want it to run that logic more times. I think that will be a lot of code. Well, yes, absolutely. So let's see here. So it's gonna run, the bullets are gonna travel at about that speed. And we can go a little bit faster. Let's give it like a speed of 5, I guess. which is still pretty slow. Let's see what it does. Pew. Yeah. So I wanted to do that like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times instead of once. So let's see here. How can we make that happen with the least amount of code? What do you think is the most useful emote? I mean, according to my list, my most frequently used is apparently Dobbs W beep boop. I don't really believe that. Actually, there's a lot in here that I never use, so, like, have literally never used. So, I don't think this frequently used list is very accurate. I see give please on there. I believe that. The bot, yeah. Let's see. Is there a way to do... There's an apply call or something. How does that work? Calls an object with a given this value and arguments provided as an array. So let's see, can I do like enemy bullet dot update? Is that not a thing? No? Enemy bullet. Doesn't that have an update function? Oh, it's not a static function. Enemy bullet.prototype.update. There it is. Enemy bullet.prototype.update. This is a little bit of an ugly way to do this, but it will work. So what I need to do is overwrite my update function and say that when the laser cannon bullet update function needs to fire, what I want you to do is call the regular enemy bullet update function. And I want to, let me see if that's gonna work first before I do anything else. What we should see is the exact same thing as before. Those are your most used. Okay, we saw the exact same thing. Perfect. Now if I copy paste this like 4 times, we should see these lasers travel a lot faster. Oh, yes. Okay, that was good. That was good. So let's see. We're gonna have this be. Yeah, you got to take pride in that. We're gonna let update count be 5 for now. We're just gonna say, hey. Run the update 5 times. Also, we're gonna up the speed of the bullet a little bit. I want it to be nice and speedy. Whoa, that does go fast, but it's still, I don't know. Whoa, it hits you fast. Man, it really does hit fast. When all of those hit, oh gosh, you get pelted. I still don't like that there is in fact a delay. Let's go crazy. Let's say run the update 15 times as often on these. These are only gonna be on, oh yeah, there we go. Okay, that looks better. You can't even see it. It's on screen for like 1 frame visually. Ooh, and it packs a punch. Oh, don't worry. I've got plans for that. I've got plans for that. I think there's going to be a node at some point that's going to be the engine type node, and all it does is handles moving the boss in some kind of pattern. And if you take the engines out, the boss will slow down and eventually stop. So like if you're having trouble because the boss is moving around so much around the arena, you can target the engines to try and get a better shot later. That's kind of future to-do list, but that is the idea there. Ooh, wow, that's really hard to dodge. Oh, ow. Let's see. Can I get it? Can I get it? Get the dodge. Oh, I dodged it and then ran into it anyway. All right, perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. The bullets are very fast. I am going to actually make the bullets invisible. That sounds stupid, but the bullets are on screen for like 1 frame anyway. And the idea is that these lasers, these guidance lasers, that's the thing that you should be looking at. Why are there 2 me's? Am I here twice? I am in fact here twice. Why am I here twice? Wait, what? All right, let's just keep an eye on that. That's certainly interesting. Definitely not supposed to happen, but there are definitely 2 players on screen right now. Huh. Also interesting that they take damage independently. Let your doppelganger fight it. Can I get the doppelganger killed? He's taking damage. I don't know if he has health, but he's definitely taking damage like I am. Yep, got him. Whoop, there's 2 again. Wait, are there 3 now? There's 3 now. Player. Wait, no, never mind. We're good. There's only 2. Still, that is weird. I think whatever code it is that normally handles the player being killed, somehow that's getting called twice. That's enemy death. That is player death should be here. Oh, you know what? Here we go. Here's an idea. Main class. Whenever we're looking at a sprite, if the sprite has been killed, we should not care about it anymore. We should not run its update function. Get rid of these sprites that are dead. That's the takeaway there. There we go. Bug fixed. Basically, we were running the logic of, hey, you just got killed. We ran that for each bullet that hit the player, because they hit on the same frame. And so basically, the player got shot twice to death in the same frame. That triggered the respawn logic 2 times. I think. Something like that. Actually, that doesn't 100% make sense either. Oh, yep, that is what happened. Because I was touching 2 enemies the same frame at the same time I died, and so it respawned me twice at once. So we're good. We're good. Okay, next step. Now that we have lasers that are going to invisibly pew, shoot us. Oh, wait, the borders are not invisible. I didn't think about that. Let's use special case transparent here. And when we are drawing a sprite, stroke style, yeah, here we go. Normally we use a stroke style of black. So what we're gonna say here is renderer. On our renderer, when we are doing a circle, we fill the circle with the transparent color and then we stroke with black. We're gonna say if ctx dot fill style equals transparent, then we skip the stroke step. We don't outline. So if it's meant to be invisible for whatever reason, like in the case of our little laser beam, then don't bother drawing the outline. We're trying to do this this circle invisibly, so please leave it completely invisible. All right, that looks nice. Pew! Love it. That's really cool. All right, next up, we want to modify the logic of this. Is that too fast? Is that laser speed too fast, maybe? Feels very fast. Let's throw a few extra seconds on that. Yeah, the lasers. We're gonna finish the lasers tonight. That's the plan, is that bosses will have lasers by the end of the night. So what we're gonna do here, this logic right here, this block right here, this is what moves our targeting position. So we're gonna say that the last 1 second, then we're locked in. So if this dot timer is less, well, let's see. If this dot target time minus this dot timer, so that should be how much time is left. If it is more than 1 second, then move the targeting reticule. Otherwise, don't. All right, let's see if that works. So this thing is gonna follow me. Oh, and then it locks on and then it fires its little invisible beam. I don't think a second is long enough. Yeah, you gotta because the reason it's not long enough, let's say 3 seconds. And let's give it 10 seconds between shots. One of the big challenges in this game is just moving around. Oh, see? Pew! Oh, can I give him a glow? Can I do a little glow on these when they're about to fire? Pew! You can still see it. I can still see a little bit of outline, and I don't know why. There it is, and then... Pew! Versus if I stay still and just wait for the shot. Pew! I took damage. I didn't bounce back because I'm like right next to the wall. But I did take damage. And... Pew! Ouch. Yeah, let's try... Let's try a slightly thicker line. So what we're gonna do is extra thickness as an optional parameter here. If extra thickness, then multiply by our extra thickness ratio. The idea being that, well, let's see. Lock-in time equals 60 times 7. We're gonna do it this way. If timer is less than our lock-in time. There we go. We're just gonna define it up here instead, because now we can use it for our draw functionality here. Oh, Day, thank you. $5 going to Camp Horizon. $10 going to Camp Horizon. I have to remember to give it a second. It's tricky, you know? All right. A glow. We're gonna have a glow amount. Which is this dot target time minus this dot lock-in time. That's 3. I'm gonna say how much of that 3 do you have? And that is this dot timer minus this dot target time. So when you hit 10, you have 3 over 3. Perfect. When you hit 7, you have not enough. Hang on. No, it's lock-in time minus timer. No, it's timer minus lock-in time. When you hit 7, minus 7. When you hit 10, minus... Okay, there we go. If glow amount is greater than 0... Is the chat donating, or are we just telling you? Yeah, that's telling me to donate. Let line thickness equal 1 plus glow amount. And I think this should work. Oh, and we give a stroke style. Let's put it as glow amount of 255, 255. Let's try that. Let's see how this looks. Let me see. Show me something cool here, lines. Oh, okay, that's close. That's close. I actually want that to be before we draw the blue line. Now that I think about it. It is cool seeing the lines change color, though. So that's close to what we want. You love making others broke. That's the spirit. Okay, it does get a nice little white glow, which I like. Ow, that is still hitting me. Oh, it's going through the floor because it's going too fast. The 7 pixels is too fast. We need to slow it down a bit. The spirit of Christmas. Yeah, cookies. Cookies are a good idea. Let's up the thickness here. 1 plus glow amount times 2. That should triple it at its max. All right, let's see if this looks a little better. It does get nice and white around the edges. I like that. Ooh. All right, it does a nice little like charging thing. I kind of dig it. Yeah, it kind of gets very bright. Okay. Ooh, cookies on sale. Now you're talking. Soft and chewy. That's more of a crunchy, you know, the hard crispy cookie fan. Dip that in some milk. Let the milk kind of get it a little bit soft and chewy. how did I do the color on the shield? Oh, it's a set color. That's how. Well, I guess that works. Oreo, interesting. I have never really been a big fan. Oreos have always been kind of meh for me. Okay, is this good enough? I feel like I do want this to be a little bit brighter color though. Like in general, but there we go. Kind of a default light blue color for the laser cannon piece. Sometimes Oreos are totally better than others. I mean, probably so. Pew! So here's a slight problem. Right here, it doesn't feel like I should get hit. Like if I'm like in the path of the little guidance laser, then yeah, totally. But right here, I'm like behind it, sort of. Like I'm outside of the scope of it. It feels like it should, I don't know, terminate there. I just don't know how to make that happen easily. Is that worth doing? Get in there, land some shots. Ow. Ow, I don't have any weapons. I'm out. I'm all out. Let's see what happens when I take out one of these lasers as well. That's something that's important to check up on. There we go. Okay, good. The laser does disappear. I feel like that is worth doing. Like the laser should not go past that point. But I have no idea how to manage that. How do we have the ability for the laser to not go any farther? Or maybe we just draw the laser aim further. Yeah, I feel like if you're in the line, you should get hit, definitely. And currently you do. But I feel like if you are like this way in front of it, I feel like up here you should not get hit, but you do, because it is a bullet that is traveling in that direction. So one thing we can do is where we are drawing the line. Oh, okay. Yeah. What I want to do for consistency is make it so that the line of sight actually gets drawn through you. So I think what we'll do to make that happen is basically draw the line out into infinity as best we can. Let's see here. How are we gonna do that? Good old trigonometry again. Or distant x. Here we go, here we go. We're drawing from this dot x to this dot target x. So let's say this dot target x minus this dot x. That's our direction, right? Let's multiply that by 100. And add it to this dot x. So target x is the exact location we're aiming, but distant x and distant y is like in the same direction but very, very far off. This is like a really goofy way to do this, but I think it's actually gonna work. Never mind. Never mind. Why did that not work? Yeah, it'll even go outside the box. Outside the bounding box. Now, the actual projectiles won't fire that way, but they'll look that way. So let's see, distant x. All right, so let's say I'm at location 100. Me, the laser cannon, I'm at 100. My target is at 150. 150 minus x. That's 50. Then I'm saying go out even further, like really far. That really should work. Let's log. Oh wait, actually I misspelled something somewhere, and I don't know where, because these are not, this dot. Not this dot, just, there we go. Now it'll work. Oh, look at this. Now that's much more clear. That's much more clear to the player that if you are behind the line of fire, you're still gonna get hit. Now as a player, I can understand that a lot better. Like previously, if I was a player and I jumped out here, I was like, aha, I'm out of the way. And then, oof, I still got hit. What happened? It wouldn't make a lot of sense to me, but. Why am I not getting hit though? Oh, because all the projectiles are probably getting stopped by the floor. No? Maybe? There they are. I wonder if my speed is still too high. Yeah, that is much nicer though. Oh, look at this light show going on. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, it so sounds like Super Mario Odyssey. All right, this is cool now. Now we have a laser weapon. And we could just have a single laser weapon and this would still be fine. Like if we go back to the boss and we take the laser out of here and put it here. Now we have a single laser on our big pinwheel. That's still a pretty good weapon right there. But one thing to remember on this is, on its own, the aiming looks kind of meh. So we have to make sure we're adding, whoops, forgot the comma. We have to make sure we've got at least 2 of these together, because that intersection is what really matters. That's what really drives home the idea of like, hey, that's the target right there. When you have a single line, it's hard to tell, like, wait, how is this following me? Like, it's rotating, but then it stops rotating, but keeps rotating. when you've got an intersection there, that works a lot better. Ooh, yeah, it can miss you at close range. So I gotta remember that. We may still bump up the interpolation on that. We'll see. All right, let's put it back to how it was because it looked really cool this way. I really like this. That's just this massive like, oh crap! I need to get away from this. I don't know what's going on there, but I need to get out of that. Like, look at that spinning. That is, you know what? Let's add more. Let's do more. Show me more. What does this look like with, oh, now that's a boss fight. Oh gosh, I'm in the death zone. Okay, I dodged it. Somehow, I was sitting right in the middle. That's interesting, like, it kind of like beams outward like that. That's actually really cool. It's like, oh, whoa, I've got a large area that can kill me suddenly. Like, look at this. Even though I get out of the way, suddenly this whole massive triangle becomes this death zone of, hey, you got to get out of that entire area or you're going to take damage. Yeah, that is crazy how it can, like, just monopolize the battlefield suddenly. Now, when I get really close, it gets worse. Like, look at how wide the death zone gets when I'm really close. Versus when I get a little bit further away, like that is like a half of the battlefield right there. And then it kind of focuses the beam and it kind of breathes in and out a little bit. Very cool. Yeah, this is good. I like this. I like this here. This is the Death Star. We have made the Death Star. And like I can fire on this thing, slowly chip away at it, and then dodge whenever it's about to fire. Like right now, I'm just kind of lobbing shots in here and hoping for the best. I've kind of got my back against the wall to keep me from bouncing away. Speedrun win, yes. Oh, we're making progress here. Look at that. Oh, we're chipping away at it. Should we go for the core? Oh, go for the core. I missed. Get out of there. When you're on the ground, you can just like spam shots. Just lob. Oh, we got it. We took out the core. Technically, we win. All right, there we go. A death beam. I really like this massive shield that just like, sometimes it's out, sometimes it's in. That's just really neat. That's why I think this will work very well for procedural content. Like, with enough things that can be added into the boss, you can have a wide variety of randomly generated setups like this. Like, this is one that I just kind of like, let's throw one of these, two of these, and then multiply it by 8. Go. And this is what it sped out. Like, that's really cool that you can do that. Yeah, this is turning out pretty nice. I'm digging it. All right, let's call that a night. Let's see, who is on? Who do we want to go hang out with? GFE is doing his randomizer, winter festive randomizer. We can hang out and watch that a little bit. Hey, you too, Hudson. Thank you for watching. Appreciate the conversation. I hope you're enjoying the actual programming going on. What little we are doing. Oh wait, hang on. What's McRae doing? If it's World of Warcraft, no, it's World of Warcraft. That's not. I don't like World of Warcraft that much. You like programming? Good. Well, the conversation is helping me come up with some fun ideas, so it's nice to have you around for that. All right. I'm gonna say we're gonna go hang out with GFE for a little bit. This has been a very fun, chill programming stream. I like this kind of programming because it's a lot more creative than work programming is. Work programming is very like, okay, I gotta get this to plug into that. Gotta find the table that has this data. This is more like, let's make it blue. We have the duplicate player problem again, I just noticed. Yeah, a little bit more freedom. Yeah, we get to kind of art a little bit. Like, I mean, look at that. Look at this. That is art right there, absolutely. Death Star laser coming at us. Look at this Death Star. It really is like very Death Star laser, isn't it? All right. Schedule: Sunday Mario Maker, Monday Celeste, Wednesday Mario Maker. You guys know the schedule. Hopefully. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good weekend. Bye.